Is Alexis trying to live the life that I had? She's with my ex-boyfriend. She's getting love bombed like I did. They're going to the same restaurants. They're riding on the boat. They go to the same gym. He took her to the same hotel for her birthday that he took me for mine. Alexis, good luck trying to be me.
Virtual reality. Hi, I'm Danny Murphy.
And I'm Evan Real.
And there is no greater relationship than a person and their gym.
That little gym, that's my gym.
He took Alexis
30 minutes before we got there.
Oh, they were both there?
Yeah.
He took her with
He's
him?
taking her to my...
Okay,
Can you
you need
find
to-
another gym?
I guess, because, Evan, who knew the drama on Orange County this week would revolve around who is personal training, where, with who, doing what?
Well, I think this whole situation between Shannon and Alexis is getting a bit more interesting because a lot of people have accused Alexis of stealing Shannon's man, John Janssen, aka Johnny J. Now she's going to the same gym that Johnny and Shannon used to go to, and I guess the same trainer. And Shannon had some thoughts and feelings about it.
Like, what are they trying to do? Find another gym.
Okay.
I don't know, Danny. Would you be upset if your ex took their new boo to the gym and a trainer that you two used to go to? The thing is, when you find a gym you like, when you find a trainer you like, you're going to stick with it. And aren't you going to bring along your new significant other / love interest / promised ring recipient?
I know, it's hard because there's two ends of the stick. One, I would be so excited to have an emotional reason to not work out, where I'm like, I can't. Like, guys, it's too triggering. Like, I don't know who's gonna be there. I have to sit on the couch. Like, Shannon, you won the lottery with that, so I don't know why this became a thing. But I hear you, girl. What I'd also say is maybe, well, this might have been where it gets murky. Because I would have been, if I was in Shannon's shoes, I would have said to the trainer, hey, you know we split. Can you let me know if I'm like ever lining up calendarily with the twosomes going, the dynamic duo showing up, which I think maybe Shannon, who knows? Because Shannon told the trainer about Alexis and John and like all the details, and I guess the trainer has some loose lips.
Alex said, we don't want any drama here. And so then Alexis said, I'm a good Christian girl. Yeah. He said something like, oh, Christian girl talks about her sex life.
Wait, he said that to her?
Something like that. And then John is like, F you, we're never coming back here again. And he kept saying, Shannon's behind all of this. It's like,
yeah, I mean, cast the trainer on the Real Housewives of Orange County, because apparently there was some drama that wasn't captured on camera because Shannon said something, the trainer said something to John and Alexis, and according to Shannon, he had some sort of episode where he was like, I'm out of here. You know, Shannon is behind all of this, so I don't know.
Wait, because that was the thing where it was like, because the trainer was like, get the trainer on Housewives of New Jersey, because he's like, I just want no drama. I want my gym. I want my happiness in my gym. And Alexis apparently went, I'm a good Christian woman. It'll all be okay. And I think the trainer said something like, a good Christian woman who talks about having sex 4 times a day at brunch. And they're like, who told you that? And who could have told them that?
There's no way he's gonna know about a luncheon where I bring up sex. The only culprit to that is Shannon.
Well, I do love the new frontier that Alexis Bellino is carving out for all Christians out there. We should be able to, I grew up Christian. I don't necessarily subscribe to the teachings of the church. I do subscribe to possibly engaging in intercourse multiple times a day. That's okay. I love that Alexis is out here doing both.
Okay, I do love how everyone's kind of in agreement, like 4 times, like.
I would die if I had to have sex 4 times a day. I hide in the closet.
What is the training routine? Actually, that's the best promo for this gym that we don't know where it is, because I'm like, you're giving people the stamina to do that 4 times a day, and on top of that, working out?
I mean, look, and then Shannon did have a moment where she was, I think she was trying to like Viagra shame John Janssen.
let's just be realistic. Can someone 62 really have sex 4 times a day? What pill are you taking?
Look, do what you got to do. Like, everyone's taking, all these girls are on Ozempic. If John Janssen needs to take a little purple pill or a blue pill, whatever color it is. I'm not there yet in my sexual health journey. But if he wants to take it and has to take it to fulfill his 4 times a day fantasy with Alexis, I'm all for that. I've actually, now thinking about it, didn't Larsa say something about this with Scotty and Marcus and her doing it like 4 times?
Oh yeah, like she said. I think she even said maybe more than 4.
Yeah, I would love to get like Alexis and Larsa in the same room together and ask them some questions, because I do have questions. I do think it's possible. Is it exhausting?
It's possible.
Yes.
Full brandy. I also want to know I want to know their qualifications and quantifications of it, because maybe that could help me understand a little bit more. Because I'm like, if you're carving out a lot of time for the whole 9 yards, you know what I mean? So maybe
You want to know what constitutes sex? Like, is it football?
You know, if I watched a scene of flag football for 10 minutes, I think I deserve a little more details. You know what I mean?
That flag football game took me out when we were getting all the girls' reactions to just the idea of playing.
I have no idea how to play flag football.
It's a dumb game. I don't understand it.
My strategy is to just survive.
I think there were a few lines like, "This game is so dumb. I don't understand it. I just hope I'll survive." I felt that so hard because as 2 gay boys right here on this podcast, I'm not saying that gay boys can't be into sports, but most of us aren't. I really felt the Housewives here.
Yeah, and between that and like one of the few athletes that the girls and the gays know, Joe Burrow, dyeing his hair like bleach blonde Eminem style, it's a rough week for football in this hemisphere.
It's been a rough time, but I feel like we're all definitely in the same sort of Heather Dubrow vibe, where it's like, we know football because of Taylor
Swift.
I know nothing about football except Taylor Swift's boyfriend plays.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor.
You know, I could live without it, Taylor. I don't know. And I feel like some of the ladies on this show, they could have lived without the flag football. I like that Emily made them do it. I do wonder if when she brought that idea to the producers, they're like, a game that doesn't involve pushing, but accidentally could be a lot of Okay, Emily, whatever you say.
I feel like they handled it pretty well. I mean, Alexis did steal Shannon's flag, and then I don't know if it was Emily or Heather or a combination of both who just let her have the win there, because Shannon's been taking some L's recently. Well, that was funny. I'm surprised that she didn't tackle her.
I know. I was waiting for Destroyer Shannon when she's like, "Let's be the destroyers." I was like, "Oh my god." No, it was Heather saying another thing Alexis stole from Shannon.
Oh, that hurts. One more thing Alexis took from Shannon.
She needs the win.
Yeah. She does need a win, because I feel like a lot of people have sort of been still, even a few weeks later, dissecting the Alexis versus Shannon confrontation from the premiere episode. And, Carlos King, everyone knows Carlos King as the Super Housewives producer extraordinaire that he is. He said, in his opinion, which means a lot in this world, that Alexis won the battle. Do you have any opinions on who won in that scenario, and who do you think will continue to win as the season progresses?
Well, you know what's funny? I always, because I love the drama moments of these shows, of course, but the moments that just make me LOL really are the ones that resonate more with me. And when Shannon looked at camera and goes, "Perfect," it did make me laugh a lot. So I feel, I think Alexis probably did win that first round, and from what the murmurings we're getting from just what we can expect this season, it looks like Shannon's getting boom, 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 left and right. So I don't think she's going to come out. She's going to come out stronger than before. And I think Shannon's maybe the braver of the two, because she really has gone into the season not with a lot of people on her side, with a lot stacked against her. But I think all the women are kind of propping up Alexis a little bit more.
Yeah, all the women are propping up Alexis, but I gotta be honest, I feel like there is still a heck of a lot of fan support for Shannon Beador.
Fans, yes.
The fans love her. I feel like for a lot of Shannon's fans, she really can do no wrong. Even after having probably her worst year ever, she is still a queen, goddess, icon, and saint to so many people. So for that, I congratulate her, because not a lot of housewives could pull that off.
No, she was gone for the minute. Now she's back with the jump off. I mean, she really wasn't even gone for a minute. She kept on playing through, which we love. So I'm excited to see that. For her. I'm also glad that we got resolution between Ding Dong and the house and the casita. Now, Jen Pedantry, yoga zen girl, she can throw a little shade.
As a woman who's lived in a casita, I thought she would understand.
I know pretty flawlessly and seamlessly, and it seemed very natural when she said, you know, as a woman who previously lived in a casita, I was like, damn girl, that's honestly kind of like Phaedra style shade.
Wow, Jen, print that out because that is a major compliment. But it really was so casually flawless of her delivery, and then she had the alley-oop from Bravo producers of the old Gina video. There's my bed and my couch.
This is my bedroom and my living room.
Honestly, what a cute studio. As people who have lived in New York City,
I actively live in a studio. Yeah.
It's so, if you put that smack dab in the middle of Manhattan, that is prime real estate. Like Ryan Serhant would be selling that.
Oh, he'll say it's up and coming. He said it's everything. It's like it's gonna go like that. So I know that's a funny thing. That living in this area has like warped my brain watching Housewives shows, because when they're like, that small shack, I'm like, that's small. What? Like, I would love that. What also is confusing because I'm like, that is small, that like you can't raise your family in there. We'll talk about Gina and Travis in a little bit, but like that also confuses me a little bit. But I know I'm glad that Gina and Jen had a moment where they're just both like two vulnerable, raw ladies going through it. Because when Jen was in studio, she kind of said like, that is what brought them together, that they just are like, they're just kind of mirroring each other in ways that would set each other off.
Right. Yeah, I think they do have so much in common. And I think what was triggering to Gina is that they went through something so similar, but they reacted to their terrible moment so differently. Like, people make fun of Gina for her casita all the time, but what she did is she went to the casita because it was a financially responsible decision so she could work on herself and eventually pave her way back to success with her family and getting her shit together. And I think she even said something like, you know, Jen like knew she couldn't afford this house, or you know, or she would never put herself in a house that she knew she couldn't afford, something along those lines. Like Gina was a little bit more aware of where she was at. And I think it was probably really frustrating to see Jen go the opposite route after knowing she had vouched for her. We figured out the credit score thing and the dad co-signing, and now she's a new realtor and this is affecting her reputation in the business. So I think that's where her anger was coming from, but I'm glad that they were able to connect, because at the end of the day, they're two very different girls, so they're going to react to a situation very differently. I also think that it was really interesting to hear Jen explain how she married her ex so young.
I think that Jen married Will very young, and Will took care of you.
Everything.
Took
That's
care
on
of
me.
everything.
That is on me. I'm learning.
A lot of
I'm
us are
learning.
responsible.
Oh my God.
Credit card, never has like really looked at her bank account or a bill or a statement or anything.
Scary to be 46 and try to figure out how to do things that people learn in their 20s.
What age did you have a credit card in your name?
I've never had a credit card in my name.
So if you've never seen it, they're not the most fun things to look at.
I don't like to look at mine, and yet I have to every month to pay everything off because that's how the chips fall. But I know when she got really vulnerable with that, and I think a lot of viewers, I feel, will probably resonate, and if not resonate, be like, oh, now I get it. Because I was confused a little bit, like, why are we here? What's happening? It does make a little more sense how she found herself in the eviction pickle. Even though Gina did go a little south, calling her a squatter.
Gonna return your calls because she represents the woman in the house that you're squatting in.
Tamra had the pizza jump scare with that, which like, it's again, you know, it's Housewives, and you get heated in the moment.
I know Squatter was definitely a strong choice.
I'm squatting.
You were a squatter.
Until you got asked to leave.
Okay, guys.
We don't have to use that word.
I love Heather Dubrow, like, we shouldn't be calling people squatters. I'm like, Heather with the four humps.
Well, and then Emily was immediately like, she is a squatter. So, and then we got, of course, had Tamara with her pizza jumping backwards. It was a moment, and it was so funny how I think like 30 seconds later, they're like, okay, girl, I understand. Like we'll work it out on the remix, which we love that they did. But I really do want to go back to Danny. I was texting you before we hopped on this Zoom. The episode opened with the continuation of Gina in her beret, reeling from their cafe confrontation. She's in the car and she says twice, this girl, this girl. But both times she says it with different inflection.
I don't have time for this bullshit. This girl. This girl.
And it was just really reminding me of like a Tish student or
La La Land. She was Emma Stone.
It was giving La La Land. It was giving actress. It was giving maybe like third callback for a commercial when the director just wants you to do it different way. She was like, this girl. This girl. It was so funny to me. And that's why I am so surprised given the energy that was being given at the beginning. So I'm so surprised that they were able to find resolution. I was expecting that to happen like episodes beyond.
You know why I think they were able to? And it's what I said it to Jen in person. I said, that woman, Jen, leaves every card on the table. Like it's almost like you can't keep fighting it because she's like, yeah, she's not letting pride or any feelings get in the way of her. She's like, yeah, this is why this happened, Gina. And yeah, I messed up your business. All I can say is like, she's not really giving them any other ammo, even though Emily in her confession was like, girl tried to have a nice house, tried to have a Range Rover.
You tried to play, you tried to pay rent, you tried to drive a Range Rover. Not really working out, but you tried.
Goodbye. I don't know if it's Emily just writing for Gina or Emily just really being silly in her confessionals, but went for the jugular on that.
No, I think that Emily is definitely having a lot of fun this season, for sure. It's showing in the confessionals. But I watched our little TikTok that we did with Jen when she was in studio, and you played a game with her like namaste or go away, and everyone got a namaste except for Tamara. Obviously, they've been feuding with the way that she handled the whole Ryan FBI MLB gambling scheme situation, and then apparently Shannon Beador was allegedly involved, but
which Jen says is false.
Jen says no. Tamara is very much in the Instagram comments like, that is absolutely true. That is absolutely what happened. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I was expecting her, just because of all the smoke that Emily has been sending to Jen this season in her confessional. She's been very shady towards Jen in confessionals and in other scenes, talking, behind her back. Jen did give her a namaste, not a go away, which I thought was.
I thought there'd be a lot more go aways. But I guess Jen is unbothered. You know what? We got her the week of her divorce finally being finalized. So maybe she's like, you know what, everybody? Namaste. Namaste in my house that I can afford now.
Because I think Emily even called her this episode Malibu Broke Barbie.
In full glam, full hair extensions, Malibu broke Barbie.
She was like, yeah, she's going to come to the football game full glam, Malibu broke Barbie. I was like, damn, that's another zinger.
Which also, like, Jen always looks great. I'm like, yeah, and what about it?
And what about, she always does look so good. Her, like she said, her tracks, they're laid just right, securely fastened.
Also, we see people on reality TV not in financial issues go in the red for glam. Why would that stop anybody who's in the red? All right, what's more red?
Exactly, Red by Taylor Swift.
I was literally singing it in my head. But then I like that Jen is getting a little close with like Tamara and Alexis, which is like all super cute. But it seems like the big drama that's about to unfold is between Katie and Heather over like Disney.
You're telling me she alerted the paparazzi that she's gonna be at Disneyland?
I have a screenshot of it.
Katie needs to focus because Heather's gonna destroy her.
Yeah, okay, so obviously we got the Sutton cameo this episode, which was
Hi. Oh my gosh, look at your dog.
Hi. How are you?
Exciting. Sutton is the one who introduced Gina to Katie, and Gina then ushered Katie into the group. Now the connection between Gina and Sutton, I figured they were just gonna be like, we met each other at BravoCon, but apparently Sutton's ex, who she's getting $300,000 a month from, is the president or CEO of the company that Gina's ex worked for. And I think Gina even made a joke about I didn't do as well in my divorce with Matt as she did with Christian.
I know Sutton because Sutton's ex-husband is the president of the mutual fund company where Matt formerly worked. Yes, except Sutton did way better in her divorce than I did.
But I thought that was so interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't either, and I love that. Okay, I'm like, they were mingling. They were in the mix together, which is very, very cute.
I also had no idea that Sutton apparently lived in Orange County for years and built a big social network.
That's where Katie's gonna make her friends.
I guess so, but not Heather Dubrow, because even before, so obviously the preview for next episode, Katie comes for Heather. I think it was like from a season or two ago when Heather and Terry were photographed at Disney World kissing after there were
like
rumors online about a divorce or split.
It wasn't even that many. I feel like it was like a tweet about Heather and Terry.
Yeah, it wasn't like a story that took off or anything. And then they were spotted at Disney kissing and being affectionate. And look, they were beautiful photos. Did they look maybe like Heidi and Spencer style staged? A little bit. They could have been, or maybe, the Paps just wanted a fun day in Disney with the Dubrows. Who knows? But I think it was a few years ago. So I'm confused and curious to find out why Katie decided to bring this up. But it seems like Katie has had tension with Heather and maybe was just looking for a reason to beef with her, because when they met each other at a Christmas party hosted by Sutton, apparently Heather wasn't too friendly.
Yeah, she did a little up, down, goodbye, which like fancy's got a fancy pants. You know what I mean? You can't really control. And maybe like I could see Heather as someone who's not like, as someone like, oh, if you're going to be on my show, come say hi to me. Maybe. Wait, but I'm also confused. How did Heather accidentally tag Katie that one time? That's actually what I want answers on.
Okay, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. I totally forgot about that until now.
I followed her on social media because she's Gina's friend. She posted a picture for her birthday, and I liked it. I was like, oh, she looks pretty. I woke up the next day, and she tagged me in her photo.
That, when they showed that, I almost like felt a chill run down my spine, because I'm like, is that a threat? Like, what does that mean? So Katie liked your photo. You snubbed Katie at the Sutton party. You didn't follow her back. You didn't engage with her in person, online, virtually, or in any other fashion. But then you tagged her. Were you letting her know that...
Clocking her?
Like, but for what?
I don't know.
I need to talk to Heather about this, because I don't know what that means. Like, if Heather Dubrow tags me on Instagram, like, should I be scared? Should I go hide? Like, what?
The two options are either I have to go into hiding or I just won $1 million.
Or she's like giving away one of her homes to me.
Please. And she's like,
one of my homes. Hopefully she tags Jennifer Padurante if that's the case.
I know, but then does the home come with the payments?
Hopefully it just comes paid in full. Like, was paid for all cash, no mortgage. She can dump Ryan if that's what she wants.
She won't. They're having a slow engagement. We'll see what happens. Okay. Maybe her and Alexis are going to double Bravo wedding like they thought. Who knows? But I know I'm curious to see what goes down between Katie and Heather, and especially because this season so far people are more on Heather's side than they have been on seasons past. So I think a lot of the girls are going to be on her side with this. So I'm curious.
Backtracking a little bit, Danny, I do want to get your thoughts on the Golden Retriever and the hotel as it pertains to Alexis, Shannon, and Johnny J.
Okay. Hotel, I'd say, is that close to John's, where he lives?
I think, okay, so I actually know this hotel very well, guys. It's the Surf and Sand in Laguna Beach. And I know that because I'm a massive fan of MTV's Laguna Beach, where they had the infamous black and white party where Kristen Cavallari wore white and created a lot of drama. It is also the hotel I stayed in when I proposed to my husband like 2 years ago.
John style.
It is the place where John Janssen likes to celebrate the birthdays of his significant others. It's in Laguna. I believe he lives in Newport. So it's like a 25-ish minute drive.
Okay.
It's not far, but it's not super close.
20 minutes isn't far for do they stay there for a weekend?
I don't know if it was a weekend or a night. I mean, it's very easy to get to. You just go right down CH.
Because I'm gonna say that's fine because I'm sure he like knows like the birthday package. I'm like, I would be more. Now, if I was Alexis, I'd be annoyed. I don't care for them doing it. I'm like, that's John Janssen's move. But if I was Alexis, I'd be like, nah, you're not gonna replay this with me. I want to go somewhere different. But maybe she doesn't care about that, then that's fine. You know what I mean?
I will say, you know, Laguna is a very small town, so there's a few hotels, but there's not many, and the Surf and Sand is probably the nicest hotel in Laguna. So I don't know if that would make a difference. Like if that's the nicest spot in Laguna, which to me, in my opinion, Laguna is the cutest town within Orange County. If it's like the nicest of the nicest of the cutest and the cutest, like wouldn't you just stay?
Yeah.
If you guys aren't watching and you're only Danny's face, he's saying yeah, but he doesn't really mean it.
Well, I'd be like, you know what? I'm like, why don't we do a weekend at the Ritz-Carlton? Like, if you're gonna treat me.
Okay, Danny wants to be treated well.
John, for 4 times a day, yeah.
If you're receiving a promise ring, the next step is the Ritz-Carlton.
You would assume. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that, but I'm okay with John Janssen doing it. I'd be annoyed if I was Alexis. The dog, Evan, what are your thoughts on this dog?
Look, golden retrievers are adorable, and they're a very popular breed of dog. I think the issue, unfortunately, like the optics aren't great because Shannon is so tied publicly to Archie. She's been involved in...
And also her DUI is, too.
Well, yes, exactly. I was gonna go straight there, but yeah, exactly. Like when you think about Shannon, you think about Archie, you think about Archie in the backseat of that car, and you think about Emily Simpson's reenactment of what Archie was doing in the backseat of that car. So that is the thing. Like Archie and Shannon go together. Like they're there with each other through thick and thin, through car accidents and DUIs. So that's the thing. It's like you see her with John Janssen, Alexis, and then you also see her with a golden retriever, and it's like it looks weird, but you can't fault her for wanting a cute dog. Golden retrievers are the best. I have a golden doodle, so I you know, they're just nice. They're friendly dogs, and they like everyone. You know, like one made best friends with Shannon Beador, so like it says a lot about the breed.
That's true. You know, it's a cute dog.
Okay, I feel like you don't have the same opinion. I feel like you think it's weird.
I think it's a lot I think it's like you were saying, the optics, where it's like, and it's also because Alexis isn't a friend of role, so we're not seeing her day-to-day outside of these moments, you know what I mean? Like she's really just shown talking about John, at the place with John, the dog, the gym. It's kind of like, and also obviously like she doesn't have to care that much about Shannon, but it's like from us getting a more full picture of Shannon, it's like, oh my God, this woman is down and she's getting hit while she's down. Couldn't you get like I don't know, you know what I mean? It's a lot.
It did not look like a puppy, so it's not. It doesn't seem like she just, you know, pulled it off the street or found it at a shelter or bought it from her breeder. It seems like she's had this dog for a minute.
She didn't say that.
She didn't say that.
Did you steal Archie from Shannon too? Does it ever end with you, Alexis?
I adopted this
First
dog.
her boyfriend, now
the dog. Is this really Archie?
But you know what? I'm happy Alexis is happy with her dog and her hotel dinners with John Janssen, and I'm very excited to see what goes down next week.